For the 2A2 case, we essentially have two different ways of getting to EO. The first way is where we bring this into the bottom layer and then this into the bottom layer. And we end it, obviously, with an M there. The other way is that you can bring this into the bottom layer and move this into the M slice and then bring it back up. So basically, they're the same thing. This one, you go in the same direction, and this one, you go in opposite direction. And that's how I'll be referring to them throughout this video. In this first set, both of our LR edges are flipped, and we only have two flipped edges, so there's only one case in this group. Here we have it. It's very difficult to set up to a good arrow with this case, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do the same direction set up into a not so good arrow, but we're going to bring this bad edge up to here to be a side edge using M, U2, M prime, that little swap there. And now we have a good arrow, and we can solve like that. In this group, one of our LR edges is misoriented, and the other one is oriented. There's going to be three cases in this group. The first one, we have them adjacent and in the top layer, like so. And as long as your LR edge is on the left or right, then you can just do one, or you can do either one, same direction or opposite. I prefer to do opposite, and then you solve your good arrow from there. With the second case, we have them opposite and in the top layer, and we're going to just put these in the M slice, and we're going to have to kind of take the L on this one and do a mediocre arrow. So we're going to do the opposite direction setup, like so, to give us a mediocre, and then we'll set that up to the one move arrow, like that. With the third case, they're opposite. They're in both layers, sorry. They're opposite in the M slice, but they're in both layers. And we're going to want to put the LR on the left and right, or right, and then we're going to want to make sure that the bad edge is opposite on the M slice to the LR edge in the bottom layer. And then you can do either setup, same direction, or opposite, and you should get a good arrow. Alright, in this final group, we have three cases, and both the LR edges are oriented. With this first one, we have them both oriented adjacent in the U layer. For this one, we're going to do the same direction setup to EO, so that both of these flip, and sadly, we're going to get a mediocre, and that's the best we can do with this one. So, same direction when they're in the U layer, and then you just solve your mediocre from there. With the next one, we have one in each layer, so we have one in the bottom layer and one in the top layer, and this one happens to already be AUF'd correctly. You want to make sure that your LR edges are opposite, and both in the M slice, like so. And then you can do either of our setups to EO to get a good arrow. For this final one, they're both in the D layer. And for this one, you don't have to do any AUFing, and you can just straight up do any of your two setups to EO, and you get a good arrow. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video on the 0-2 case. And if this helped you, like the video so that more people can see it. And as always, if you think I missed anything, tell me about it in the comments section below. Bye.